Did you know that 68% of the workforce is actually consistently undervaluing their contributions? We're going to start looking at value creation and value reception and how distorted we are in these abilities. Hi, I'm Jennifer Evans with Empowering Wellness Counseling Solutions, and this week we've been exploring negotiating our value and understanding and manifesting positive energy. And so what is happening is that we have this energy. Good old Newton, I'm pretty sure it was Newton. Energy can't be destroyed nor created. It's just moving amongst our lives. It is. And there's so many times we don't even realize how much negative energy we are actually putting out there in the world. Have you ever gone on, even like I do a lot of career coaching and I help people with their job search. And I can't tell you how many times they're like, oh, I found this amazing job, but I'm so psyched. I cannot wait to get it. Man, this is the perfect job for me. It's everything I want. The company has the values that I want. It has everything that I want, but I'm going to have to go. It's about 20 minutes longer of a commute, and I'm going to have to go on the south side of town instead of the north side, my normal commuting pattern. And I can't wait. Like, I'm already getting, but what you don't realize that you're doing is you say that you're excited, but you're putting out implicit negative energy that you're going to be imposed upon, and you're going to have to make all these changes in order for you to get what you ultimately want. It's bananas. It's bananas, man. It does not make sense, but we do it all the time. And so negotiating our value is staying connected to our core principles of what we believe and what our value is, and making sure that we are mindfully gaining that in the interactions that we have and the things that we choose to put our time in. So if you are looking for a job that you are finding all the good that emulates your values, and you're not doing these negating statements of a but, right? We don't want these negating statements. We want everything that will lead to this being an emulation of our value. And there's this idea of an energy exchange principle. And that is understanding how value flows as energy between people, organizations, and opportunities. That we're just an ever-flowing state. And if you choose, you only take on and provide positive energy or neutral energy. We talked about the power of neutral last week. Great video. Go check it out. But yet what we do, and because of the negative bias, is we're transitioning and transferring all this negative energy. We're just passing it from one person to the other. Well, they made me feel unvalued, so I'm going to go make somebody else feel unvalued. Don't get me started with offenders. Offenders are just victims who decided that they needed more control. So in order to figure out why things happened to them, they decide to impose it on somebody else. They regain a sense of control by victimizing somebody else. Whoa. That is trauma for you. As a trauma expert, you see so many things, and it's just miraculous what is out there. We also have a value negotiation framework. And the value negotiation framework is the step-by-step approach that I give my clients that clearly articulates how to receive fair compensation for your contribution. And so what we're doing is with my clients, I am actively sharing with them, understanding what their value is, where are they limiting in their values, how are they able to regain their value, and then where do they want to negotiate and put out their value in these conversations. And that can be something very simple as just being seen and heard, to something more complex like I am worth the salary. It's a lot of complicated, individualized support that I give my clients in order for them to truly see how much value they actually have and will be able to then receive back for themselves. An energy alignment session with my clients is we're assessing and identifying when you're giving more and you're receiving practical strategies to restore that balance. So are you giving and receiving more energy than you need to? And if you are, how can we start balancing that experience? And then another thing I do with my clients is the reciprocity activation method. And the reciprocity activation method is the idea that we have these energetic loops that will naturally attract what you've earned. And so what we're trying to do is create and build techniques to build these loops, these feedback loops of collecting positive energy and accounting for it and receiving what is given to us. And that can be done in a lot of ways. That trust feedback loop is a part of the reciprocity activation method. As we have doubt and fear, we close ourselves off. People see that we're closed, they don't trust us, so they start to close themselves off to us. We don't give a lot to them, they don't give a lot to us. And we see, well, you're not really giving a lot to me. I don't really trust you. And then what do? You actively engage now with closing yourself off, creating less of an opportunity for exchange. Boundaries is everything. It's one of my favorite things. And boundaries are not barbed wires and mean dogs. It's simple cones that say, Kidado. I really wish I was better at foreign language. I did not develop my language side of the brain. But it says caution, right? A little tiny orange or yellow cone, even a white cone, says, be aware, something's happening here. And we do it. And yet we think that we don't have the value to set boundaries. Or we feel that we are selfish. We're overtaking our value because someone invalidated us to say, no, you're being selfish. You're not allowed to have boundaries. What do you think you deserve boundaries for? You do deserve boundaries. It's very, very important. I want you to carry a bunch of cones and quietly place them mindfully throughout your day. And when we do this, and we build these systems for protecting our energy while we remain open to valuable exchanges, it's an important concept of watching other people and how they're spending their energy and allowing them to overspend their energy in the beginning while you hold on to yours, because now they're depleted and you have the power of the energy to do what you want with it. And then we have the abundance mindset. I don't chase, I attract. And how do we recalibrate to get that abundance mindset? Because it feels like it's slipping further and further away. And so we look at how to overcome scarcity thinking that blocks our ability to receive. And there's so many things in my coaching sessions and in my therapy with my therapy clients, our sessions together, where it's like everything seems to be falling in line, but then there's this quick wall, this block that we can't get past. We can't get past the money. We can't get past the relationship and feeling like we're worth somebody to actually love us. Man, abandonment trauma, parents, abandonment trauma can come at any stage in life. And no matter how successful you are, if you've ever felt as if somebody didn't choose you, it comes up, and it comes up in icky ways. And so working through those blocks and those scarcity mindsets to understand, and again, grief is a thread throughout life. You have to accept that some people just don't have the capacity to be present or to love. They don't have the capacity. It's not about your lack of value. It's about their lack of capacity. When you can connect to that, Bye-bye scarcity mindset. It goes far, far away because it wasn't yours in the first place. It's doing spring cleaning on your mind to see what is your lack of value and what is other people's that they've just asked you to hold. Or you picked it up on your own and nobody even asked you to do it, but you picked it up and you thought, maybe this is something I needed. Maybe this will help them. And the last is a value communication strategy. These language patterns that we have, that we communicate worth without undermining our connections. And so it's not being aggressive, it's being assertive of our value, of these small little subconscious things to be able to show our worth and our value. Setting those boundaries, clearly communicating our energy, finding the negotiation of value framework, building this energy exchange of not taking on the negative. And as we do that, and as we talked about in the last video, so go to yesterday's video about the boutiques. It's not about necessarily selling our value. Sometimes it's understanding and selling other people on their value so that they invest in us. Because it may seem like we cost a little bit more, but ultimately it's because they're worth the best. And you can get a bargain basement anything, but does it really give you the foundational skills and knowledge that you need to be the most successful that you can? There's a lot of people who identify themselves as a coach. I have a client who had a dating coach, and I said, well, are they married? What qualifies them as being a dating coach? Well, no. I mean, they're Christian, so they have like trauma from purity culture. That's what you are connecting to, and you're paying somebody money to tell you to go out and date while you still have a lot of scarcity mindset around your value and your worth. It's not about just finding somebody who can market themselves. When I used to do audits, there was two types of people: really good people in clinical settings, and man, they were getting things done, and I loved seeing their sessions. But their notes were horrific. They spent their time with their client, preparing for the session, being present in the session. And then there are people who were terrible in session, but their notes were impeccable. There's a very rare amount of people who can have clear notes and give good clinical. And that is what coaching is all over the internet. You're gonna find people who can really market themselves well, and you're like, wow, they can market themselves well. But is that really what you need, or do you need to look at your core and find what your value is? Because your value, if you won't have it on lock, I don't care how much you market, it's going to shine through, and you're not going to get the product that you want until you fix the inside. I have 20 years of experience. I have a master's degree in counseling and technically art therapy. So I can hit it in many different ways. I'm a traumatologist. I love neuroscience and seeing how the brain acts and reacts and the predictability of behavior. And I put all of this in to my coaching packages so that people don't just have mechanical changes that gets them to 1,000 or 2,000 followers, but they have organic, long-lasting changes that give them more purpose, more value, living a happier and healthier life, and they get more motivation and more drive to want to do more. If this sounds like something you want, then go down and click and start your initial consultation. We can do this in a traditional therapeutic model and bill insurance, and you can come into my coaching program, and we have lots of ways in which we can help. You can start with a free 15-minute wellness insight just to see how I can help you but I am here to help you start your journey. And if you know somebody or you are somebody, hit the like button, share this video, help others to figure out how they can get past and find their value and worth. Subscribe to my channel. There's so many great opportunities of just learning how the brain works that can help you. And get those books. Those books really will walk you through a framework of success building. All of it is in the video description. Thank you so much. I'm Jennifer Evans with Empowering Wellness Counseling Solutions.